Failed with minor repairs, repairs by a fully licensed vendor. Permit may be required. Engineer oversight, 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Load test still may be required by the AHJ.
Farscape engineers inspect the summary video. Here we are on the roof, 350. So all existing structural is original hardware. Farscape doesn't need a paint job. No internal rust in any of the connections that I can see. As I examined all the pieces and looking down the shaft, I'll do the second half down below. Looks like it's probably attached. Other than this, right now, the roof is not properly connected on this one arm. So that's the only thing that needs to be done on the roof is this left, and the other one's tested accordingly. And so that can be either repaired and replaced, or they can make a new arm here and attach it differently so you can negate the need. Have all the connections are in good order. There's no internal rust on any of these connections. Everything into the wall, there's no signage of cracks. So this looks like it's in good order. And as part of a side, all the caps are on these standpipes here. And it looks like it's in half decent order. But again, this is not a standpipe inspection, it's just verifying that they're in good order. Okay, that's the roof. Farscape engineers inspect the summary video. Here we are in Oakland doing an inspection on a 11-story Farscape. We have examined it from the very top, so there's video on that. There's some minor repair on the roof ladder only up there. She does need some spot painting up on that. Coming down, she only needs spot painting coming down less than 25%, but this Farscape has original hardware, must be structurally sound, must be kept painted, so she has been kept painted. She has a galvanized base. She has chips, pigeon poo and some dirt on it, but she's painted. She only needs some spot painting here and there on some of the galvanized, but all the original hardware, which is all square head bolts, is ready for load testing. So going down, there's only a couple of minor things on this. That's the roof. That's going to be the cantilever. It needs to be rebalanced, and 1 or 2 possible cement connections on this, and she's ready for load testing. A lot of soot, as you can see, but as you go into the connections going in, as you can see, some of them just need some minor touch, and again, that's covered during the paint. Somebody can make sure that there's no issues with any of the connections going, but there's no bleeding. I see no rust jacking or no rusty tears of any kind, so the metal looks like it's intact. None of the treads are ready to give way in any way. They all have the beginning of, some accumulation, but it's all galvanized base, so I have no problems here. Coming down, all the connections are in good order. The sprinkler system seems to be in good order. All the caps are here. She looks super tight. She's sooty, but again, I have no issues. A couple of spots on this Farscape as I go down. This is probably the dirtiest. We're up in the 10th and the 11th. You need to get a quick paint job on these up here, but again, spot paint only, meaning she's ready for load testing as we speak. She's got some scratches. This is really all soot. Some of these areas here, we need to clean this up so that your hand doesn't cut when you come down over here. So again, that's just part of the spot painting. Can be done during the cantilever repair and the roof repair. So some spot painting of some of this chips going down. Top clips are good, bottom clips are good. All the original hardware is in good order. She's tied back to the building well. She's not pulling away in any way. Grading is all good. I got no cement issues anywhere on the Farscape here. Going down. Going down to the top of the stringer clips, they're all in good order, super tight, nothing wrong. Looking underneath for all the cement, all good. No activity, nothing pulling away. All the knuckles seem to be in good order. All the original hardware looks to be in good order. No splitting. And again, it's a galvanized base, so that's helped maintain this Farscape in relatively good condition. She is sooty, but that's about it. A little bit of pigeon poo. Pigeons, I'm sure. This looks good. All the windows look good. They look like they've been well maintained. No issues with any cement so far, but it's further down at the ground level that we're going to get into that. Going down. As you can see there, so that'd be a repair right there, where it's maybe not structural, but it's paint, meaning water's going to get in there if we don't seal that up with caulking, metal to masonry caulking. All the connections at the top is good. All the treads are good. No internal rusting on any of these connections. The rivets are all good. Ready for load testing. Stairs are ready for load testing. Rails are ready for the lateral load. Good condition, good condition. Seems to be in good order. Going down. I'm going to take a break on the on this, and then I'll pick it up on the third floor. But she looks like she's in good order. No issues. A little bit of cement work right there, as you can see. Again, more not structural, more paint, caulking and such. Then the photographs will show on the report. Again, this is a pre-load test evaluation report. This tells you what the problems are, not where they are and how many exist. That's a full-blown report. This fire escape does not need a full-blown report, simply because the work is only up on the roof, a little bit of cement work, and the cantilever needs to be rebalanced, and then she can be load tested. Okay, so let's go down. I'm going to suspend recording for a little bit. Pick it up on the second to third floor. So here we are, getting closer to the ground. Some of the issues, like I said, caulking, and I don't think there's any structural cement issues, but caulking starting to show up on a few. So less than 25%. This transition is pre-existing non-conforming here. We do have a hole in the ground here. That's a trip hazard that needs to be closed off. So, because what's going to happen is somebody's foot is going to get inside here, and that's going to break their ankles, break their foot, and they're coming out this door. She's looking good. All original hardware, but nothing major going on that I could see. And we're getting close to the cantilever, but that trip hazard right there needs to be addressed, because you can put your foot in it. This railing was put in. This is not properly attached, missing a bolt right there. They've extended this rail so nobody falls over. This is another pre-existing non-conforming issue right here. This is a huge step down to the piece. Going down. I got galvanized everywhere. This is good. She's in good order, ready for load testing. Some cement, minor. But again, during the paint job, during the cantilever repair, this is all work that can be done by the contractor who's going to do that, who most likely will also do the paint job. Verify all connections, check in all the pieces, make sure that's super tight right there. Caulk it so water's not getting in there and feeding back into the building. We got a cantilever that is out of balance, and if you let it go, she'll actually smash into the railing underneath, into the grating underneath. Going through, all the windows seem to be working in good working order. Tying back into the building here. Water does get in here, so I would seal this baby up. And I'll go down to the cantilever. The cantilever is out of balance. The weight box, I would recommend you put in a release arm here. And this release arm, once the cantilever is balanced, you can release it. By the time you get down, she will let the cantilever go down and hit the ground and stay down. Because right now, as you walk backwards, I have to use my rear foot, as you can see there. That weight box is too heavy. She has to be in a natural position horizontally, and that's like this. Right now, if I let her go, which I'll do right now, you'll see she'll go straight up. So she's definitely out of balance. Can't climb up these cantilevers. Cement issues, not a big deal. Minor, this is not a train wreck. Some welded connections need to be rebolted just to avoid having to load test. And all these treads, this is a fairly new lower portion, including that cantilever box, including the cantilever itself. I think it's only welded on one side, so I would recommend, to avoid load testing, put the clip over here, or just load test it as part of the load testing of the entire system anyway. So, with that being said, the major issues on this fire escape are the cantilever not being balanced. Put in a release arm so that she can maintain it horizontally and release and drop 2 to 3 feet per second, hit the ground and stay down. So the release mechanism can go over here. She'll come across this way and then she'll open up this way. She'll go down and rotate and tie back in down there. Okay. So with that, we've concluded our inspection. Fire escape does not pass at this time. There's no life safety concerns. She's ready for load testing. Once the roof rail ladder attachment is dealt with, once the cantilever is rebalanced, and a few of the cement issues are dealt with, which is about 25%. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, 866-649-0333.
Load test still may be required by the AHJ. Failed with minor repairs. Repairs by a fully licensed vendor. Permit may be required. Engineer oversight, 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Fire escape issues. Photos represent what the violations are, not where they are or how many exist. Pass-fail inspection, not technical repair report.